Aloha, y'all. It is Thursday, named after Thor, the 17th of July. Esoterically, it is a Jupiter ruled day. The sun is in Cancer, the moon is in Aries. I'll reference the astrology as we go. But the cards I've pulled for today are the Prince of Wands, which is traditionally the Knight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the wild card is coming from the stone deck, which is Malachite. We'll talk about these now. So if you are a fire sign, if you're an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, you are a wand. It's the spirit of action, boldness, right? And this Knight of Wands is the fiery part of fire. It's like the explosive part of action, the explosive part of self-belief, right? Expansive energy, rushing into action, leaping up and speaking your mind, being bold. Mercury is in Leo, moon is in Aries. We have a lot of fire going on right now in those elements. So, the Prince of Wands on page 70. I passionately set out to conquer. The Prince of Wands is a hot-blooded and hot-headed individual bringing huge passion, action, and courage to everything he encounters. Dashing and dynamic, our hearts positively brim with excitement should he blaze into our lives. However, his daredevil, explosively progressive actions, Uranus in Gemini, moon in Aries, may leave a trail of burnt debris as he relentlessly pursues his triumphs. Nothing will hold him back, and he's quick to flash you a grin and stride forward fearless to the end. Mercury and Leo. Coming from the heart, but super confident. Often regarded as a revolutionary, Uranus and Gemini treading Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, he is the archetypal athletic hero set to conquer a despicable enemy or despot. He has unquenchable self-belief and is a true visionary and adventurer. He believes he can change the world and should be lauded for doing so. The impetuous youthful male possesses all the necessary prowess and skill, yet is not yet experienced or seasoned enough to wield them with absolute skill and precision. A lot of hell yeah, but not a whole lot of experience. I see him as a long-haired youth, part Ziggy Stardust, like alien, larger than life, bringing a message of hope, attired in a splendid retro future armor. He is surely too dazzling to be hurt, yet in the dark realm of life, he must face being hurt. His youthful splendor will be vanquished by life and the passage of time, which is a great sadness. The sun and Jupiter are in Cancer. We can feel kind of nostalgic about where we were as youth ourselves, but with Saturn and Neptune both retrograding in Aries right now conjunct, it's like we have to check ourselves and know that we can't always, you can't drink like when you were 18, when you're 40. We all have this get up and go attitude, but it's kind of like Rudy, the movie Rudy, where it's like, I want to go in, put me in, coach. It's like, are you actually ready for this? Are you actually prepared? So despite the flurry of excitement at the appearance of this card, the great catalyzer, it acts as a warning not to rush into things. Don't be fooled. War and the stuff like that is the least likely cause of death of the young and valiant. Road and accidents followed by suicide are the biggest robbers of life of our princes. Youth is notoriously bad at assessing risk, so eager are they to seize life by the scruff of the neck. The key here is to use the Prince of Wands and his fiery color, exuberance, and sheer courageous zest for life, moon in Aries, Mercury in Leo, skillfully, Mars in Virgo. You want to build a fire? That's great. Tend it. Have your pile of sticks and keep it in the fire pit. Don't just light the woods on fire with gasoline and say that's the fire. Take on the entrepreneurial spirit and leap. Think big and believe that you can conquer. Be the one to stand up and speak out for change. To determinedly and fearlessly pursue your dreams. After all, you only get one shot at life. Venus in Gemini is like, play with life, go big, shoot your shot, but also don't just snort meth and then go try out for the basketball team or whatever, right? It's like, oh my god. So the fiery part of fire, expansive energy, rushing into action, leaping up and speaking your mind, being bold. This is the Knight of Wands. So that's the card of the day. The clarifying card is the Five of Pentacles. If you're an earth sign, you're a Pentacle, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Pentacles are about embodiment. Basically, the material things. And there's a fire of the shaman being tended. He didn't just light the forest on fire. He's got a very Mars and Virgo honed in representation of the fire, of the passion. Five of Pentacles on page 170. I am desperate and destitute. Moody, Sun and Jupiter in Cancer. Examine your own relationship with poverty. Look for disowned treasures within you. Fear of not being enough for anyone. Right? With Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Aries, retrograding, both of them, we might be like, whoa, maybe I need to change my dreams. Maybe coach isn't going to put me in and I should try out for the other team instead. We're getting a gut check right now. Doesn't mean don't shoot your shot, but also know where you're aiming and what fuel you have to get there. right? You can live your dreams like a shaman here, but there's a time and a place to like be this wild. You don't just go, this guy can't just go to the bar like dressed like this. He'll be beat up or whatever, right? But if he goes out in the woods at night on a moon night and does his ritual, he'll have a blast. So there's a time and a place. Mars and Virgo for things, and we need to take our explosive energy and put the aperture on it so it goes towards a direction, just like this flamethrower here, wand, right? So action isn't bad, but know that maybe you're like a sixth stringer and asking to get put in as a first stringer. You're not ready for that yet, or vice versa. You are ready for it, and you need to speak up and say, I'm ready, and you've done the work. Hopefully Mars and Virgo, you're doing the work and getting your head around the goals and objectives of Venus and Gemini. Right? But the last card is coming from the Stone deck. You can quantumly entangle with this. It is Malachite. I can't read this. All right, there it is. What it is, trademark acid trip swirls. Money green malachite is an electrifying mesmerizer with a high copper content. Always good for moving energy and making things happen. Mercury Leo, Moon in Aries, making it move and happen. Who needs it? The overflowing in creativity but lacking in follow through. The all business, all the set time. So whether you're lazy and kind of sucking your thumb, afraid to leave the nest, Sun and Jupiter and Cancer, or maybe you're just so bold and you're not, you're just grinding and never having fun, right? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Where to put it? If you're trading cryptocurrency, writing television pilots, or starting up the next tech giant, try some malachite in your workspace. When to use it? When the concrete jungle has you disconnected from the earth beneath it, when you've just gotta have the money, power, and all the glory, come at it with a heart-forward, sustainable energy courtesy of malachite that says claim your success, right? So we can and will claim our success, but we have to understand sometimes that's coming from an impetuous zeal where we're not ready, and then sometimes we're waiting for the perfect conditions, and we have to make the move. Like the baby bird at some point has to be shoved out of the nest. So we feel really get up and go attitude energy, but we have to be aware, like, does the baby bird have feathers yet? Don't push it out, right? Great, Five of Pentacles. Is the baby bird being overly pampered and it's like time to move on, and we're trying to play it safe and think we're poor of money or spirit or whatever? Five of Pentacles. We can do it, but we also have to like aim our fire towards something productive, i.e. that's how we make the success. Make moves, but don't be so obsessed with the moves that you lose sight of balancing it out, keeping and tending your spirit and health and being aware of boundaries and all this kind of stuff. Mars and Virgo. So hopefully that's made sense. If it has, tag somebody, share it, whatever's clever, they'll probably enjoy it too. Leave a tip if you feel so inclined. Holler for a reading. $150 for 3 hours of astrology, $50 for 1 hour of cards. If it's your birthday, you get half off on either or both of those, so there's a great discount. And if you send someone my way, you get half off on cards yourself. Check out the Team Rabbit Hole podcast, 320 episodes deep. I'll post that in the comments so you can check it out. Great conversations with interesting people. And yeah, enjoy your Thor's day. Jupiter, expand, go big, go home, or go big or go home, but at the same time, tie your shoes and drink water, right? Well, before you just go for that ultra marathon or whatever. So, on that note, enjoy your Thor's day. I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.